Good afternoon, guys, people. Just doing a little something for my kids, like a semi-healthy snack. So I have 2 boxes of this spinach artichoke dip from Trader Joe's, and I have these leftover shrimp that I'm gonna get soaking in some lemon water. That's my oven on 375. I'll show you guys how that's gonna pan out. I also have some lobster tails that I got from Sam's Club. Y'all see that price is just utterly ridiculous, but my boys like lobster, so this was a treat for them. And yeah, so, and I actually think I'm just gonna do 1 tray, 2 lobsters. Okay, let's get all this into this bowl with a little water. Soaking up for a few minutes. I don't, everything was frozen. I just sit it out for a few hours so that it can unthaw, defrost naturally. I'm gonna give my lemon a little roll. Gonna slice it. Now, since I got this water right here, I'll give my water a little flavor. And then right over the lobster and shrimp, I'm gonna squeeze, not too much, but just enough. Then I'm gonna put some cool water on there. Then I'll just let this sit right here, sit out for a little bit, and get everything else going. So let's see how we're gonna do this spinach and artichoke dip. You see I have artichoke hearts there. Definitely gonna put those in there. Now let's see, what does this little box says? It says microwave. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Oh, okay. But of course, you know, we just gonna probably start it out in the microwave, but I'm really not going to. I'm gonna finish it off in the oven. That's why I have the oven heating up to on 375, because it's not gonna be in the oven long. The majority of this, let's set that to the side for now, is the longest part is the cutting up these onions, and I have a few other things that I'm gonna cut up. Yeah, how are you guys Saturday going? Mine is going really slow. It's been a slow morning today. Have you guys started increasing in your prayer life? Do you take time out to, you know, talk to the men that give you breath? Yeah. My son is not an onion fan, so I'm definitely going to cut these up as small as I can get them. Nothing major. But yet something slight. But me and my daughter, we love all things vegetables. Yeah. I've just been thanking God all day that his mercy never fails. And he is the God that's in control of all things. He created all things. And sometimes you just gotta let him know you know who he is. That's basically a lot of what David did in the book of Psalms. Telling him who he is, you know. The book of Songs is so powerful. And it lets you know that God is always right there. And what I've learned in my journey, don't worry about the ambulance. I stay close to 2 hospitals. And actually senior places. And I stay a lot around the elderly community. And yeah, I was saying that a lot of times you have to let God know that you know who he is. Because sometimes we act like we can handle it. You know, we can handle it. So it's just like your child. If your child doing something and they think they can handle it, why would you try to stop them? Because all they're going to do is rebel. It's better for you to let them see. Not that you shouldn't give them wisdom. Definitely give them wisdom. And let them know, hey, I'm not trying to run your life, but I just know that if you make that particular choice, that's not going to end up good for you. And then let them make it. And, you know, you shouldn't be the parent that be like, well, I told you so. Because God don't do that to us. he be ready to forgive us and get our wrongs right and show us how we can overcome if you spend enough time with him. But sometimes when we talk to God, we do a lot of talking and we don't try to communicate with him. We don't try to stay in the secret place long enough for him to give us some feedback on the issues of life. Long enough for him to give us a plan on how to overcome a situation. You know? We don't be proud of ourselves when we mess up. But you should be. This is spinach, just a 8-ounce bag. So what I like to do is run some water into the bag and just rinse it out like that. Just run some water into the bag and pour it out, because all I do is just close it like this and then pour it like that. With cold water again. See the water in there? So then I'll just take it and move it around. Get it all rinsed off. That's all I do with the spinach. As we know, this spinach is, you can use actually any spinach. This spinach gonna cook down to nothing actually. But you can use any spinach, frozen, you know, because basically the pre-made dip is frozen. I just took it out, took everything out the refrigerator and let it sit on the counter. Well, actually, I didn't. My daughter did because she wants this. Her and her brother. Yeah, and I'm not one of them people. I don't care about the stems, you know. I don't care about the stems. Okay, so let's work on the lobster and the shrimp. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse that off. It's a good 10 minutes worth of sitting. That's all you really need with shrimp. and lobster in my eyes. Okay, so while I'm going to get the shrimp together, I have this cast iron, my big one. My big cast iron. Okay, we got cut off. So, I had got a call, but okay. So what I'm gonna do, like I was saying, I got my big cast iron skillet. I'm going to take, you can use butter, you can use whatever, you could use cooking oil, whatever you want to use, because we don't really need that much. So I'm going to take some of this and get the bottom of my skillet. Okay, let's cut this on first. So I'm going to take some of this. Let's take about 1, 2. We're going to do it like that for now. We need some more. We can always come back to that. And add some more. Okay, so now let's just come back over here. We still got the spinach and the onion while this is heating up. And also I have my lobster tails and the shrimp. So the shrimp, they say it's clean, but you know, you never know. I always look to make sure. Go in with my little knife here. Yeah, see, it had a little piece of stuff up in there. Okay. Then I got me a tissue, and I just put it right there. See, talking about clean. I don't see how it'd be clean. So like I said, I'll just take my little knife, snatch that out. And then I will still give it a quick rinse. I'm gonna cut those in half because, you know, we are still going to brown them and put them in this spinach dip. This is what I call stretching what you already have, making it enough. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, but the Lord is kind to us. You know, we can't be out here when people go low, we go to hell, all in the name of trying to check somebody. It's not worth it. And the way I like to think about that is, I imagine that I got like this humongous bucket, big as the ocean, of blessings that God wants to give me. And when I step outside of Him, to check somebody. Now, I'm not even saying they don't need to be checked. A lot of people need their life given to them with your words. That's what we want to feel, and that's how we feel in the flesh. But the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, guys. We don't war in the flesh. That's why people make wrong decisions and end up in jail for many years. You know? One wrong decision will make you be in jail thinking about it wasn't that serious. That's why we got to pray over these young people. Pray over them that God keep them. Keep his hand of protection on them. Because it's not that serious. When you get through going off and acting a fool and, yeah, running your blood pressure up, 9 times out of 10, they still gonna be being raggedy. They still gonna have your name in their mouth. So what did you really do it for? And then just think that God's punishment for doing it is to make you wait longer for a breakthrough. His punishment for going off is, okay, she asked me to free her child from whatever. And look how she just did mine. It's not wise to just act out of your emotions. It's just not. And unfortunately, you got 50 and 60-year-old men and women still acting like they teenagers. Still acting like the has-been days. Instead of leaving those things behind, pressing towards the mark of the high calling, Lord. Yeah. That's what you got, and that's what they doing. But I'm telling you that it's a better way. You don't have to do that. The Bible instructs us to cast our burdens on him because he cares for us. And take on his burden because it's light. It's easier. Now, it might hurt your ego not to go off on somebody at first. At first, it'll hurt your ego. At first. It really will. Especially if you was a person that crash out or pop off when somebody gets you told. You know, like, I'm uncheckable. Who gonna check me? You know, if you was that type of person, because I was definitely that type of person. And don't get it twisted. I ain't saying that I'm far removed from it. But I just don't crash out as much. You know, it's not worth it. The goal is to not do it at all. That's the goal. Even Jesus crashed out. Over in the book of Matthew, when he walked up into that church and he went off, he told them people, he was like, y'all turning my daddy house into a house of thieves. And it's supposed to be a house of prayer. And he started kicking them Negroes out. That's a crash out. You know? So I'm not telling you that it ain't going to happen. I'm telling you, don't let it happen all the time. Ask God to lead and guide you with your emotions because he gave them to you. We was created in his likeness. We was created in his image. And when you don't know what to do with his people, trust me, he know what to do. And that's the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Me reading my Bible for myself. Me walking this life out for myself. the way God intended us to. Now, he ain't told us that we're going to be perfect, because ain't nobody perfect but the Son. But at the same time, we supposed to strive towards it. Press towards it. A man that put his hand to the plow and look back is not fit for the kingdom. Oh, how I pray, Lord, you hold my hand to the plow. Don't allow me to slip. Don't allow me to fall. Don't allow me to look back. You are the God that's in control of my life. I'm just trying to make it in, people. I'm just trying to make it in. And I know that I can't do nothing without him. I can't breathe without him. I can't have my next thought without him. I can't do none of the things. None of it. I need him in my life. Just like you will tell a person that you appreciate them and you need them in your life. We must tell the Father that continuously. That's why he says that man should always pray. I know y'all thinking, like, do she still got that country crock over there? I do. And I need to put some more in there. But, you know, it's on very low. We have to tell him that we need him. We was created to worship him. We was created to worship him. Y'all see this? They talking about a clean. Clean where? That's why I don't be bothered with these little shrimp. My son here about me these. This is I don't be bothered around with it. But yeah, we have to maintain our focus on Christ and all that we do. Especially, we need to be led by the Spirit. Especially if you are of the brown and black culture at this time in this world. We have to. Because you got to be so in tune with the Spirit of God, with the Holy Spirit, that if he tells you and you driving your normal route to work and he says, make a right here, that's what you need to do. That's how in tune your spirit needs to be with the Father. Your spirit needs to be in tune with him like that. And I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're smoking, if you're fornicating, whatever it is, you still need to make your presence known unto the Lord and let him know, like, I'm your child. Help me to change the things that I can't. Give me the willpower to do it. Give me the stability to do it. Stabilize my mental to do it. Whatever I need to do in pursuit after you and to have a holy relationship with you. Help me to get to that point. And I'm telling you, he will do it. He will do it. He's the God that is touched by the feelings of our infirmities. That's what he is. You think he just came down here and suffered 33 years just to be like, yeah, I'm a boss. I did that. No, Jesus heard it while he was here. They beat him. They spit on him. They pierced his side. They put a crown of thorns on his head. It wasn't nothing pretty. He suffered while he was here. Also, so that we don't have to stay suffering. And I say stay suffering because he tells us in this life, we will have trials and tribulations. And also, he tells us right up under there that he is the God that will deliver us from them all. He is the God. Look at Job. Job lost everything. He lost everything but his faith. Hallelujah, Jesus. He lost everything but his faith. Through it all, he stayed faithful to God. And what God do in return? Blessed him so good that he was so grateful. I could just imagine how grateful he was. He had more kids. He had more land. He had more of everything. He got everything back because of his faithfulness. What has God given you back because of your faithfulness? Do you got peace? Are you able to sit in silence and talk to God and not have on the TV or not have a sermon plan or not listening to Christian music? And I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. I'm just saying, how deep is your relationship with him? How long can you sit there? How long can you be without anything else but God? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I can't do it. I cannot go days and days and days without talking to the Lord or opening my Bible. I just can't do it. I just can't. You know, and in doing so, you know, I'm really spoiled by God. I'm going to tell you that right now. If the doctor said to me some years ago, oh, your knees are bone on bone, and you're going to have surgery on your knees before the time you are 45. I'm almost 50. So, and they can't tell that's what had happened all them years ago. But that's they science. That's what they said. See, I already knew that my Jesus said that I am healed. Not that I was. I am healed. Whenever they give me some news, I put that thing up right there up against God's word, and I believe the report of the Lord. I believe the report of the Lord. He can do anything but fail. I told y'all that the other day. He can do anything but fail. Yes, he can. You know. And I mean, he can't fail at nothing. If you see somebody so successful, so admirable, I be trying to look for the oil. I be trying to look for the oil on their life. Because he said, my sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. That's what he said, y'all. This little bitty shrimp. Y'all see that the little bitty shrimp was so filthy. It's ridiculous. Okay, let me put a little more one more over here, because I'm gonna start seasoning this up and putting it over in there. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to literally separate the lobster from here, because I'm not gonna do nothing but see when you put that lemon in there, you really don't even need no knife. You see that? You really don't even need no knife. But see that? Y'all see that? Come right on out. So now I'm just gonna take my little knife and yeah. When you put the lemon in there, it loosens all of the shells and everything up like that there. That's what it does. Mm-hmm. Oh, this sister tight. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll be wanting all my lobster, y'all. Y'all saw how much it cost. Alrighty, let's get this turned up because it's almost time for me to drop this shrimp and everything down over in here. Daughter. Can you look in the pantry and see if I have any more of that, it's like Cajun seasonings. It's Louisiana Cajun seasoning. It's in an orange container because I used the rest of it last night. So, yeah, you know, it is really important that we keep our relationship tight with God. Yeah, I hear my skillet heating up again. It's orange. If you don't see it, just give me that Tony Sessions. It's in a green bottle. Yeah, the Creole seasoning. That'll be fine. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me give these a rinse off, guys. Okay, let's go on and drop these onions in here. Then in that same onion bowl, I'm gonna put this in here. This is the packages that came from Trader Joe's. That's how one bag look. I'm gonna put the other one in there though. So I'm gonna pop that in the microwave on like, I'm gonna do a minute and a half and then stir it up. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Need my onions to cook down some more. So I'm gonna use this Tony Sessions. I wanted to use the Louisiana Cajun blend for this. I just like that brand a little better. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Tony's either. Now let's give it a stir, but I'm not gonna put it back in there just yet. Actually, I'm not gonna put it in there at all because I'm gonna pop this in the oven when I'm done. I'm gonna bring it all together. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so next up to drop over in here, I'm gonna take some of this juice out. I don't know if I'm gonna need the juice. So what I'm going to do is pour the juice in this bowl. Pour the juice in this bowl. And my bowl is not dirty. This is my son's favorite bowl he used to make his noodles. I'm just gonna give my lobster and shrimp just a quick rinse. Just a quick rinse. Just washing off my chopboard that I had chopped up the shrimp and the lobster tails on so that I can chop down the artichoke. Oh yeah, I like the onions like that, y'all. Yep, now it's time for me to do a little scoop of this particular garlic. If I wanted to, I would have, you know me, I could cut up a whole bulb of onions, but I'm not. Then I'm gonna add another one. Another what was that? A scoop and a half. Then drop over my spinach. That's smelling divine. That's my it was ice water, now it's just water, lemon water. So right now, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna season this with. Okay. So I really like this garlic sea salt. Oh, this is not the open one. But that's okay, I'll open it. I know y'all like, she just showed us the Tony Sessions. Yeah, but this is just to season my spinach and onions. I'm going to put that in there. Just give me a minute. Now, let's go ahead, cut that up, and let's come over here really quickly to what I'm going to do with these artichokes. Nothing special, just going to cut them down a little bit, you know. That's all. Yep, that's, even though they're really soft. They're really soft. I don't like how that looks, so I don't like how it feels. That's why I just don't take stuff out of containers and pour them over into things. I don't like that. I didn't like how that felt. So I didn't want it in my mouth. Now, I said I season in layers. Letting some of the water cook out of my spinach. And sure, you could turn the fire up, but I mean, all of this could be going much quicker. But I'm taking y'all step by step. Let's do one more time with the garlic sea salt. See, the water's cooking out relatively well. Spinach is wilted good. I could let some more water cook out. However, I don't want to. So I'm going to go in with my artichokes. You know, good cooking a lot of times takes time. See, I'm taking those little containers of the spinach artichoke dip, and I am turning it into a nice, friendly, it could be a meal, it could be a snack, you know, it could be all the things. Now we're gonna move over to the shrimp and the lobster. Trying to find my garlic powder. Oh, I see it. I bet you guys probably thought I was gonna put some complete in there, huh? No. But I am gonna put a little bit of garlic powder, and I'm going to use this 6-pepper blend along with the Tonys. So let's get to it. And I have already seasoned the base, so I really don't have a lot to season, you know, just not a lot that needs to be manhandled with seasoning, because I've already seasoned the base. And then, you know, to me, when you over season with a salt-based seasoning, when you over season lobster and shrimp, it is definitely horrible. That's enough for me. So now let's go ahead and finish it up. See, just dry as the Sahara desert, as my daughter would say. It smell good. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yes. Then when that starts turning colors to like it want to be done, because you know this don't take long. Don't take long at all. You want to keep that moving. You see that shrimp starting to do what it do. So bam, here we go. Uh-oh. Turn it on down. Starting to smell real good. Y'all see the cheese pour anyway like that? Yup. Y'all can't tell me this don't look like it should be looking. It's looking like it should be looking. Now, here we go with this. But before I hit it with this, you see that chives and onion cream spread. One, two, and we're gonna do three like that there. I just really like how that chive and onion taste on paired with these artichokes. It is just something magical that be going on in your mouth area if you do it right. That's why you don't need that much. Let's cut that off. Then I get this big thing from Sam's Club. All right. And then for the topper. Oh, it's so good, guys. And then I'm going to put it in the oven for about 5 minutes just to melt the top of the Parmesan down. And I'll insert a picture as well as show you a plate. This is Serena. I pray that your soul prospers as well as your bank account. Blessings.